we'll start with our samples of work that we have.
And we'll just briefly talk about them and maybe talk about the strategies that enabled us to get where we are. And
we all brought in work of children at different levels. I have here a low and 2 mediums. So I'm going to start off with one of the mediums I have. This is actually interesting because this was done in February by the same child as the one I'm going to show you next. And here he wrote, I went to the movies with my mom and my brother. I was happy. And he's got some letter reversals here. And he does have punctuation at the end. And some of the words that are red words that we have taught are here correctly. And he also has a grasp on some of the TH, CH. And with him I emphasized spaces on the next one we wrote. This is just March 22nd, so it's just a few weeks later. And here he wrote, I like school, it is fun, very fun.
I saw, Yael, that you had the word the. He has the word the in there. Do you have a chart where they can go and look up words?
We have a word wall, and we put there only our high-frequency sight words. And so, yeah, they use that a lot. They really do. And we practice, we do games like around the world and those sorts of things where they're constantly using the red words. I have children who are still writing strings of letters, and then you'll see red words inserted in the middle. So you have, yeah, they're getting the red words, which are sight words.
What do you think is the main reason for them to start including the red words? What do you think that you've done that has made them?
I'm also modeling it. A lot of times when I always write for them before it's their turn to write. And always, whenever I get to a red word, I stop and I think if it's a red word or not, and we decide together if it is, and if it is, we look for it on the word wall and then clap it out. And so I'm trying to model it every time for them to do it in their own writing. And we also have a little ladybug, a little puppet ladybug. We call her Red, and she hangs out by the word wall. And whenever they're writing, she goes around the classroom and finds red words in their paper. So one of the reasons they really want to put a red word in there is because they want to visit from Red. But a lot of the children are just writing now a lot of red words, and they've forgotten communication. So you have to be careful, and you have to push communication more when you do that. Yeah. And then I have a child in low that I brought here. And this is a story about him and his dad, and they went to the museum together. And this is what he told me, but I didn't see when he was reading it any connection between what he's saying and the sounds and the letters. So what I do see this child doing is writing in the lines, understanding that there's directionality to writing. He's going from left to right when he's writing, and he does have a couple of red words in the I, and I see is down here. But it's not connected to what he's saying. So, and this is someone who's been in my classroom from the very beginning of the school year. And this is also a child who actually does have most of his letter sounds and names. So when you sit one-on-one with this child, he can do it. He can write out exactly what he wants to say. But on his own, this is what I typically do.
So it might be a focusing or an idea about words, what words and letters and how that all goes together.
So these are my examples.
Great.
Good job.